if you break the spirit, you need not break their body.
Yeah, that's legit.
Makes sense? I don't want to break your body. I want to break your spirit and leave your body intact, because I'm a lover, not a fighter. Hey, dude, how are you?
Good to see you, man.
Thanks for coming, man. Let's do this. We got you here.
Wow, this place is amazing.
Thank you. Have you ever put one of these on before?
No, never.
Okay, it's called a gi. G-I, simple. It's your uniform for jiu-jitsu. The pants are tucked in the inside right here.
Nice.
And the gi is on the top. This goes here. The rash guard goes under the gi. And I'll show you how to tie this when you come out. Let me show you where the locker room is.
All right, thanks.
Cut like a guillotine.
Legit. Feeling more legit. A little nervous, not gonna lie.
Nervous or exciting?
I'm excited.
Good.
Yeah.
So good. Congratulations.
Hey,
Welcome to Jiu-Jitsu.
it's my honor to be here. I feel legit.
Yeah, you're legit. You look
Yeah.
sharp. If you walked anywhere like that, they wouldn't want to fight with you. You'd be good to go.
Well, I don't know. Look at this.
That's true. That's true. Leave that back at home.
Yeah, gives me away. But
So welcome to Jiu-Jitsu. And my extreme honor and pleasure to be able to introduce you to this art that my family has been fully immersed in for 100 years now.
it's wild.
Yeah. So, you know, my grandfather back in the early 1900s and his brother Carlos, right? They learned Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, began modifying it because my grandfather in particular was a small, weak individual and didn't have the physicality to do the Japanese techniques. So he modified and adapted, and over time, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was born based on those adaptations for smaller, weaker people against larger opponents.
I didn't know that.
This happened all in Brazil in the early and to mid 1900s. My father was born into this family legacy of fighting and learned it in his youth growing up, and then came to America in 1978. Landed here in Hermosa Beach, California. I was born here in Southern California. My mom's American. I'm learning it from day one. You don't even have a choice in this family.
Yeah.
And growing up, learning it, before you know it, I'm teaching it as a teenager. Before you know it, I'm 18, 19 years old, teaching the special forces of the U.S. Army. Like,
wow.
Crazy. And now my brother and I are, you know, in control and in the command of this Gracie University ship. And now it's become a global organization, and it's a great time to be in Jiu-Jitsu. An incredible martial art for people of all shapes and sizes, because it was designed for a smaller person against a larger, more athletic opponent. Anyone can do it, regardless of age or athletic ability.
Yeah.
And I often like to say that Jiu-Jitsu is the martial art that people retire into.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have the physical demands that so many other arts do. When you think about kickboxing, taekwondo, karate, the flexibility, the power, and the speed that are prerequisites, essentially.
Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu doesn't really have that list of prerequisites. Anybody can do it. It can be adapted to any physicality or any physique. And that's why the world's falling in love with it. So, you know, you might feel like you're late to the Jiu-Jitsu party, right? Because you know the whole world is doing it. People are excited about it. But I'm here to tell you that it's my belief that we're just scratching the surface societally. So you're early, in my opinion.
Okay, well that's good. I see it everywhere. Obviously, you know, MMA is probably the most prolific display. But you're right. Like, you know, some of these guys like Jocko and
Joe Rogan.
all of them. You know, this is their sport. So.
This is it. And they're fanatical about it. And you're like, what's all the hype about? Well, today you're about to learn.
Yeah. I'm ready.
So for this first technique I want to show you, you're going to be on your back with your feet that way and your head towards this direction.
Okay.
Right here in the center is fine. Just lay flat down. So the fight typically starts standing up, right? Why do people fight? For the dumbest reasons. Ego and alcohol.
Right.
Let's be honest. But push comes to shove, you get taken to the ground in a fight, and typically the bigger person lands on top. There are many positions they might land in. The mount is one of them, if I may. This is called the mount right here. Make a fist, please. You can't reach the attacker's face, but they can reach yours.
Right.
So you don't want to be here for this reason alone.
This is bad.
Right? They have a lot of power and they have gravity,
Right.
and you don't have that same reach or power from where you sit. So the question is, what would you naturally think of doing? And this is just Bryan himself. What was going through your mind right now in terms of how you might get this guy off if you wanted to get out that door and get to safety?
Yeah, I'm thinking this. I'm going to throw you over my shoulder.
Sure. Okay, what else?
To the side.
Okay. What else?
I don't want to go to my back.
Yeah, good idea. You don't want to roll over and give your back to the enemy because you can get strangled.
That's
You're
right.
absolutely correct.
Yeah.
You've seen enough UFC to know that.
So I might try to grab you closer.
Go ahead. Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
down an arm.
Okay. Here we are.
Yep.
Go. Give it a shot. Go ahead. Come on, Bryan. Don't go, dude.
Stay right here, Bryan. Stay here with me, dude. Come on.
So that's the question is like, you might obviously try to strike for a groin or an eye gouge. You might try to get with the dirty fighting technique, and that could be effective.
Yeah.
But if you don't knock them out,
Right.
they're pissed.
I'm probably just defending.
There you go. You should, intelligently so,
Yeah.
right? You don't want to start engaging in a battle from here of strikes because you can get struck more powerfully.
Right.
So you do that without striking. Use your hands, push, grab, however you want, but throw me off. Give it 10 seconds. On your mark, you say, go. Come on, Bryan. I believe in you, dude. Come on, Bryan from Inc. Magazine. Stay here, dude. I didn't like that article you wrote about me last time, bro. We're staying right here, man. We're not going anywhere, dude. Stay. My friends are coming. 10, 9, 8, 7. Stay with me, Bryan. 6, 5, 4. Stay, dude. 3, 2, 1. Time.
Nothing.
So luckily, I'm a nice guy and we're friends.
Yeah.
And this is just an experimental zone. If that were a real situation, he was probably striking you.
Yeah.
And unless a bystander comes by and says, Bryan, I'm going to save you, and pulls this guy off of you, you could get really badly hurt or killed right there.
Yeah.
Like that could be a life-ending interaction if you don't have a plan to get out. And what you're feeling right now is also the lungs.
Yeah.
And you're a very in-shape guy. You're in great shape. But in 40 seconds, 30 seconds even, it wasn't even that long,
Yeah.
you could feel that very quickly you become your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to make it up as you go. When you make it up, you panic. And when you panic, you burn.
Yeah.
Right? So we want to avoid that at all costs. You're going to mount knees down. You're going to hold on as tight as you can, but don't let me sit up no matter what. For real, pin me down tight. Don't let me go, Bryan. Bryan, do not let me go.
That was too easy.
That's because I cheated. So let me show you the difference, bro. You're, like I said, you were trying, when I said push me off, you took it literally. You were trying to bench press me off.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like looking at me like, oh, he probably weighs about 200 pounds. I can bench press him. So let me just give it all I got. And you pushed as hard as you could. But for some reason, I just was kind of floating on top and I didn't go. So every time you push me, put your hand out. One, other side. This is why I didn't fall.
Yeah.
I just did that.
Yeah.
So the pushing and twisting and grabbing and throwing to the side didn't work. But when you held me down, I didn't push you at all. First, I secured one of your arms.
Mm-hmm.
And then without you even feeling it, I locked your foot. Let's rotate so they can see at home. Look, you guys. I also trapped the foot. So if his arm is trapped and his foot is trapped, take this hand, Bryan, and put it on the ground right there. Can't.
Right.
So now don't fall. Resist. Do not fall. Do not fall.
Yeah.
And now gravity takes over. And from here I can mount or I can jump up and disengage.
Right.
Your turn here, champ. You're laying down, head that way, feet this way. This is called trap and roll standard variation. So I'm mounted.
Yep.
This hand's going to grab my wrist. You're going to reach across this hand. Perfect. Now this right here is actually called a C grip, Bryan, that you're using. Hold tighter, please. Squeeze for real. It slips right out the side. Let go.
Okay.
One hand. Slips right out the side door.
Yeah.
Because the C grip leaves an opening.
Right.
So instead I want you to do monkey grip. Yes. Relax. Leave it in the air. Now I want you to see the difference. I can't escape laterally for my life.
Right.
So just by changing this to that, you've tripled your leverage here in my ability to get my hand out. So now place that on your clavicle, lower this elbow, and this hand is designed for lateral prevention. Beautiful. But I can still pull out the back. So to prevent that, your other hand is going to grab my tricep. Yeah, and tuck your elbow in. Beautiful. Now look, back door is trapped, side door is trapped.
Okay.
Everything's locked. And I think I'm winning by strangling you, but you're actually trapping me. Now place your foot over my ankle. Yes, you got me. So now with my foot trapped and my arm trapped, all you're going to do is bridge off this foot and slowly elevate your hips as high as you can comfortably. Just take your time. Nice. All the way to your knees now. Beautiful. So now you can jump and disengage or step over my legs one at a time. One, other side, two, and now you're mounted on this guy. Now yes, exactly. So now interesting. Sit up straight. I'm 6'4". Look at this. How tall are you?
Right. I'm 5'9" on a good day.
But look at this.
Yeah.
How interesting. It doesn't matter who's taller. It matters who's jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So if you can avoid this and get here, you have that positional advantage, even if you're smaller than the person. One more time. That was awesome. It's called trap and roll standard variation. So elbows in by your side is a good initial movement, so I can't slide my knees under your armpits. Yeah. Cross grip with that monkey grip. Yep. Elbow in, tricep control, and 1 foot. Dude, this guy learns fast. Now bridge your hips up nice and high. Go to your knees. Now step over. 1, 2, and you're here. Excellent. Now here's the question. Once you achieve the mount on this person, what's next? Right? That's the question. What are you going to do to control the situation? So normally, if you didn't know jiu-jitsu, what you would probably do is right? Violent aggression from here.
Punches.
Lots of punches. Break his face. Break your hand in the process. So even if you win the fight, you lose the war because you go to the hospital and he goes to the hospital. So not ideal, right? Especially the lawsuit that comes with it, right? This is for Ink Magazine, right? This is Ink. So the lawsuit, we got to consider the business implications of breaking someone's face, and it's not that good. So the question is, how can we win without creating that damage? His hands are going to be up. I'm going to go 2-on-1. Look, pinning the arm down, tuck my elbow in. My other hand's going to slip under, and now when you feel pressure in your shoulder or your elbow, you're going to tap out with that hand, okay? I'm going to go slow. So look. Yeah. And that was 10%.
Yeah.
One more time. 2-on-1. Wrist and elbow, pin, tuck, underhook, grab. Look, bro, no thumbs. And now slide and lift.
Oh, yeah. That's
Over. Your turn. So full mount. So check it out. So now what you're going to do is 2-on-1. You're going to pin this arm down, tuck this elbow to my neck on the ground, and remove this thumb from the grip. So it's monkey grip. Yep.
Right.
Now take this hand and slide under my elbow. But when you slide under my elbow, Brian, go palm up to the sky and dig under my arm. There you go. Now grab your own wrist.
Oh, I see.
Great. Now look away from the guy so they don't eye gouge you in the face right here.
Yeah.
Now very slowly slide my hand towards your knee as you lift my elbow up. Yeah. Slow.
Okay.
2-on-1. So wrist and elbow. Yeah, and pin it together.
So it's
2-on-1.
It's not on the both on the wrist. It's one.
It's right here. Yeah, and now it's a monkey grip as well. So both you can just jam it to the ground. There you go. Tuck this elbow to my neck. Nice. Now slow and look away. Other side, please. Excellent. Pin it down. 2-on-1. Elbow tuck. Nice. Slip under. Grab your own wrist here. Take your time and now slide slowly. You want my hand to stay on the ground, but just slide it down like a paintbrush and lift it up. Excellent. So now if you lay down, please, and I mount on you. You combine the two. If I'm mounted, you go wrist control, hit monkey grip, tricep control with the C grip, foot trap, bridge your hips 12 o'clock. We're coming all the way up. Nice. Step over my legs, 1, 2. And once you achieve the mount, you pin the arm down, elbow to the mat, grab your own wrist, slow, slide and lift. Excellent. Now sit up. Now check this out. Let's change the situation. This guy just robbed a bank, punched a little kid, and is running away. You tackle the guy right here in Irvine. And if you can just hold me down for 30 seconds, Brian is the hero of Irvine. Yeah. But you just have to hold me here. Cops are already coming, you can hear them. Grab however you want. This guy wants to go home, you want to take him to jail, grab, activate, go. Don't let me sit up, don't let me get up no matter what. And... Again. He's like, give me a second try.
Pop me up.
So that's the question though, is like, you understand this idea is I'm not doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I'm just street and I'm desperate to get out of here and you simply grab however you want, go. Don't let him go, Brian. His friends are coming too. Come on, Brian. And gone. He's out. And I'm taking the kid with me. So we have a problem on our hands, right? So here I gave you an advantageous position, and I said all you have to do is hold me down.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do jiu-jitsu. I'm just going to push you off.
Yeah.
And I was successful, and I'm maybe a little bigger than you, but I'm not a monster. You see what I'm saying? So the question is, can someone who's smaller hold someone down who's bigger than them?
Yeah.
With reliable consistency and effectiveness.
I had no leverage.
You felt like there was nothing to grab onto. And
I was off balance.
Yeah, you're off balance, and because I can move your body weight physically, you're like, well, why can't he throw me off? It's going to be easy. So we need to defy the laws of gravity and the laws of just standard bench pressing. So I'm going to show you how. Lay down, please. All with one principle called the connection principle. So from here, you're going to do the same thing to me, Brian, that I just did to you.
Yeah.
So you're just going to put your hands on my stomach, bump your hips, and bench press me right off. Go. That's what it felt like. That's how easy it was.
Okay.
It's easy. It's like, when I get tense, it's even easier.
Okay.
But check this out. If instead I connect, go ahead, try now. No hands, look. You can bench press all you want. It's not gonna happen.
No.
Look at the hip pressure. Look at the legs. Look at the neck hug. Look. No hand. I'm not even using this hand. I not only need this one. This one goes behind my back. And now, talk about your spirit now that you can't breathe.
I can't breathe. Yeah.
You see? So talk about, at this point, with that pressure, what you're feeling in terms of your willingness to surrender.
Yeah, it takes your air away.
Yeah, so imagine if we were in a real fight and I took you down and I did what I just did to you right now and you tried to escape unsuccessfully for 30 seconds, like that.
I'm gassed.
And then at that point, your likelihood of surrendering peacefully and saying, Rener, I don't want to fight, I surrender, I give up.
Yeah.
It goes up through the roof.
Yeah.
Because you feel like it's unlikely or improbable that you're going to be able to get me off of you.
Yeah.
It's like trying to move a brick wall that just won't move.
Yeah.
How long do you try before you give up? Rather quickly, when you realize I can't move this guy.
Yeah.
I'm done. But if you were to able to throw me off, you're emboldened by that.
Right.
You're encouraged by that. So you get up and now you keep fighting so our whole idea is to put out the fire with water, and that requires control. And what I'm teaching you now is mount control. Now the same way your belt, if you grab two hands on your belt, grab it with two hands solid, try to detach your belt, bench press your belt from you. You can't.
Right.
But the belt only weighs a pound.
Right.
So how is it you can't bench press it? It's because it's connected to you.
Right.
So when we mount on the opponent, don't think of ourselves as how heavy is our body. Think of it as how connected are we to our opponent so that we become unbench pressable. That's the idea behind the connection principle. Let me show you the mechanics of it and then you're going to practice. So from here, I hug your neck, number one. Number two, I put both hooks in and I drive my hips. Touch my knees, Brian. See how the weight's on my knees?
Yeah.
Watch when it transfers to your abdomen. Look, my weight, my knees are floating down.
Yeah. Can't breathe.
That's how we know we're doing it right.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's step one, is neck hug, hip pressure, and grip. Now what you're gonna wanna do, Brian, is grapevines. Don't do this. Because here, if you just straighten your legs, bro, you can pop these right out. See how weak they are?
Right.
Go back. But if I have super hooks, straighten your legs. My hooks remain intact even upon straightening them. Look.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
That takes the wind right out of you.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So that's the beauty. If you know jiu-jitsu, you can win the fight without hurting the person just by controlling them and demoralizing them.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hug my neck as you lay flat on me here with this hand. Yep, just like that. Relax your body flat on mine, lay all your weight on me, and slowly put both your feet together, and then you're gonna take your knees off the ground by driving your hips into me and taking your knees will float fully. There you go. So it's all glutes, back, and hamstrings.
Okay.
You see it? I'm gonna try to bench press you right now. Drive your hips and arch back. There it is, impossible. You feel me? Yeah. Fully connected and unbench pressable, because bench pressing you there, Brian, would be the same as bench pressing myself, which is physically impossible because we're stuck to each other.
Yeah.
Right? I need you to be detachable, but you're not.
The neck hook is key.
Critical. Both are key.
The legs
and
are
what's
key.
interesting is your hip and the hip pressure is a function of this and the legs.
Yeah.
So when you pull up on those two upper and lower body connections, your hips just, I feel it. And you can put as much or a little pressure as you want, but if they're fighting harder, you bring more pressure. When they soften up, you go to your knees and you take the weight off a little and you talk to them. Hey, are you gonna cooperate? Are we good? Can I let you go? Are you gonna chill out? Yes, just take the weight off, you're good, I'll do whatever you want. And then peaceful negotiation, and never had to throw a punch, never even had to break his arm.
Right.
That's the best part. One more time, slow. Hand out, neck hug, hand out for base. Yep, both hooks into the sky. There you go. And yes, and just let your knees float and make sure you're not burning more strength than me. So you want to be heavy but not exerting.
Okay.
This feels very solid right here. Now the only thing is this, these are great for linear pushes, but what the hip pressure doesn't stop is the roll. So what you want to do instead, hug my neck, is this. As I roll in either direction, you're going to slide one knee forward like that. So this is called the kickstand. Bring it up, yes, and this foot stays intact. Okay. So right now you have one hook. Let me feel the hips back here, please, and take this knee off the ground. Yes, you feel it? The amplified hips. I love the hip pressure here, and this knee is your kickstand. Okay. So if I were pushing you in this direction, this is the configuration. If I were to push the other way, I want you to switch. Put this hook in, and this knee out, but I need hips over here. No hip pressure, and I need the knee floating. Yeah, roll that hip into me and let that knee float. There it is, look at the difference. Because this floated. So now you have your other kickstand. Now switch back, go. Yeah, and your goal should be able to switch back and forth very fluid and without ever taking your weight off my hips. You okay?
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Lay down, you'll feel it one time. I want to show you how my legs alternate with my weight never coming off my legs. That's the key. And then literally, once you learn this, you can do no-handed mount, which looks like this. I'm here, I'm hand behind my back. So slowly, choose a direction for me. Push me that way. Look at my knee. Now watch, slowly, switch sides. Boop, 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 boop.
I'm stuck.
Isn't that wild? And I don't even need this hand for anything because my hips are so dynamic.
Yeah.
Your turn.
And you have no wind. It's like
I
you can't
know,
breathe.
dude, it's so crazy.
You can't breathe.
If you break the spirit, you need not break their body.
Yeah, that's legit.
Makes sense? I don't want to break your body. I want to break your spirit and leave your body intact because I'm a lover, not a fighter. So lay flat on me, hug my neck slowly. Everything chill. Lay your body, melt your body here, bro. Let it relax. Beautiful hip pressure. Hand is out. Excellent. Now slowly, as I turn this way, float that knee, but don't loosen up back here. Slowly switch with me. Beautiful switch, dude. Switch back. boom, like I'm riding a bicycle. Boom, switch, boom, switch, boom, switch. Now watch this one, hand behind your back. Now it's all hips, float on me fully here, and roll, float this knee forward, all the way up here, champ. Yes, don't be shy about the kickstand. Now switch, boom, switch, boom, hip pressure, more hips, Brian, and keep that hook in. Yeah, switch, boom, hook in. I'm missing the hook back here.
Okay.
So you got it, you have to always have one foot up. So do it, I'm not gonna move, you're gonna do it by yourself. Shoot your hooks, go. Yeah, feel the difference now you have a hook. Look at the difference.
Yeah.
Boom, switch, boom, switch, boom, switch, boom, boom, last one. And switch sides. Yes, last one. Pass. Yes. And if you can do all that while exerting less than them, guess what? Their money runs out first.
Yeah.
And you still have the bank when they're done. That's the key.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're gonna fight someone larger than you, think about the math. This is you, this is the opponent. In a fight.
Yeah.
What happens? If both of you go crazy, you both deplete at the equal rate. And if he's stronger and more athletic to begin with, you run out first,
Right.
he wins the fight. That's simple math. Jiu-Jitsu, we perfect the techniques that force Big Boy to burn while we can serve. Through techniques like the one you just learned. And once they deplete fully, then we can win the fight with a joint lock or a chokehold because they have nothing left.
Gotcha.
That's the key though, is can you cause them to burn while conserving your own? In the highly emotional, highly physical, highly charged physical altercation, can you stay calm? Can you whisper while they're yelling at you? That's the magic of Jiu-Jitsu. And when you know what you're doing in these crazy situations, it's easier to do that. But if you're making it up on the spot,
Right, you're screwed.
bro, if the first time you've been in the bottom of the mount is when your life is on the line, I have nothing for you.
Yeah.
So the goal and the reason why the world is falling in love with this is because they're becoming comfortable in uncomfortable situations that are inevitable in a real fight,
Yeah.
such that they become so comfortable that they go, oh, this is literally no concern at all. And when real problematic situations are totally comfortable and relaxed and easy to deal with, the technical implications in a fight are massive, but also the life implications of, yo, if getting caught in the bottom of the mount isn't a problem in a fight, then in life, you know,
Yeah.
it could be a lot worse.
Yeah. I mean, you see in some of these matches, right? Some of these, wherever you are, people will go right down to the ground and say, come at me, bro.
Because they know
Yeah.
that once we get you down there,
the ground game.
you're gonna burn out 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, if we're standing, for example, just wanna stand up, the fight starts standing up, then it goes to the ground, right? And normally when a fight starts between two people, push, cussing, spitting on each other, whatever, and then before you know it, we're in a fight. The problem is if we stand at this range right here, put your fist out, you can hit me, but I can hit you.
Right.
So this is normal for people. Fight like a man means they stand in front of each other and they trade punches
Right.
until someone gets knocked out, and it's a kind of a 50-50 draw at best. Right, and we don't want to engage in that. So the strategy of Jiu-Jitsu, instead of standing what we call in this red zone, where we are at striking range from each other, which is a disaster and unsafe, instead of that, we're right here, where you can't strike me, but I can't strike you.
Right.
Now, if you take one step forward, I'm right here. Take another step, I'm right here. So there's no access. So if you're the aggressor in a street fight, I'm keeping the distance, this is called. Now, eventually, as I'm stepping back, what are you thinking? This guy's scared? It emboldens the attacker, like, yo, I'm gonna get him.
Yeah.
And then eventually, when he loads up to throw a big punch, look, I go in, and now we're here. And now it's whoop, down we go. And now we're back in the exact same situation we just talked about. Boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do it again. Let me show you what happened right there. So the whole point, Brian, is it's called managing the distance.
Yeah.
Because in a fight, whoever manages the distance manages the damage that can be done. It's that simple. This is true for kickboxing, it's true for UFC, it's true for any MMA. When you see it, you're like, man, who's controlling the distance? This is what they mean by that.
Yeah.
If I'm right here, I can't hit you, but you can't hit me.
Right.
Okay? Now, the key is I'll take a few steps back to draw you in. And then when you get emboldened and you go to commit to your attack, I go the opposite direction. And I go right at you. And that change of distance and velocity throws you off. Because you're expecting to hit me where? Where I stand.
Yeah.
And when I rush in with my hands over my head, it throws off the distance so much that you cannot then recalibrate that strike and hope to, it's too congested.
Yeah.
Right? Because you get one chance and I'm coming in.
Yeah.
So step again towards me. 1, 2, steps, 2. And he throws a punch. Look slow. Hands are gonna go up. I'm gonna lunge you with my front foot. I'm gonna impact your chest. Once I'm in the zone here, my goal is to clinch your body. Look. And now, even though you can hit me from here, what's the level of knockout power from this close?
Very little.
Because it's just your arm versus being your whole body. Wow! Which is your hips and the rotation off the ground. You don't have that when I'm up on you like this.
Right.
So this is called the clinch, and we want to be here. Let me show you. Wrapping the waist, grabbing the wrist, head in the center, and pulling my hips towards yours. So you're going to take this hand around my back, grab your own wrist back here. Grab this wrist, bend your knees, champ, put your head right in the middle. Now, here's the goal. I'm going to try to get away from you. You just stay strong in your stance and just stay with me and stay strong. Yeah, very nice base. Look how solid you are, dude. Look at this. Beautiful clinch. And now he might be hitting, but it's no value. Let's let go. So the next step is from that clinch, once I'm here, I'm going to change levels, pick you up a little, and just fold your torso so you lose your balance. Feel that?
Yeah.
So you're going to do that to me. When you fold me and I lose my balance, let me go. So I fall and you stay standing. Do it slow. So you're in the clinch, so change levels, pick me up a little bit and fold me at the top. Let me go. Yeah, now you can descend to the mountain now. Boom. Exactly. Let's do it again. Yes, go, go, go. Nice. Slow. It's me, bro. Chill.
Yeah, I got you.
Again, standing back up. That was great. So now let's time that with your entry.
Yeah. I'm 100% going to use this on my 15-year-old son.
You're going to need it, bro. He's like, Dad, I'm taking the keys. You're like, no, you're not. Okay, so let's do a little bit of footwork. So stand behind me, bend your knees, look at a strong stance.
Yeah.
When you step back, Brian, lead with your back leg.
Okay.
Nice, there you go. So lead with the back leg. Yeah, so lead. There you go, lead. Great. When you step forward, push off the back leg, pounce with your front leg like this. Boom. Nice, big pounce. Boom. Nice, let's go back again, back. Back, back, hands up, back. Now when you pounce forward, look, push, lunge forward with your hands up.
Okay.
And try it like that, lunge, go. Nice, so that's gonna hit me in the chest when you lunge in. So hands up, so keep your distance, stay away. One, take your time, walk back, wait for the strike, slow. When you put your hands up nice and high, step in, hands up, yeah, freeze. Yes, because when you come in, that's the red zone.
Yeah, you get
So put them up, put your shield up, like here. So you still see me, but if I connect, it's gonna be kind of weak because it's off to the side here.
Right.
Okay, so hands are up, you step in, boom, hit me in the chest, slow. Hold on, follow me for a second here, stay in the clinch. Just ride with me, I'm gonna try to get away, you just control and follow me right now. Yes, slow me down, great. When you're ready, change levels, pick me up a little bit, release him, come on down to the mount. Good, step over, get low, now freeze. Right when you mount, what's the first thing we gotta do? Right when you mount, go back again. What's the first priority when you achieve the mount? What would you think is the first goal? You just got here.
Yeah, I gotta immobilize you.
Yes, it's not submission.
Yeah.
It's control.
Back to the...
Yes, it's called anchor and base. So get mounted. Yeah. The second you mount on the subject, get low. There you go. Look how natural that was, dude. Put your hand out. Yeah. Now slowly, if I roll this way, where's that kickstand? What if I switch? Boom. Switch. Boom. Feel my energy switch. And you ride with the switch. See it? Boom. Boom. Switch. Boom. Now here's what's cool. Now he's tired, so you want to go for the Americana, right? So go for it. The arm lock that you saw. Sit up.
Okay.
Right? The problem is this, when you go for it, look.
Okay.
You risk getting pushed off as well.
Okay.
Or, let's say, go ahead and lock it up. Lock it in, arm lock. Freeze right here. Hold it tight, don't let me escape.
Yeah.
Keep it tight. Don't let me wiggle out.
Okay.
Check it out.
Okay.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
You had the lock.
Yeah.
But I was able to compromise your position, which therefore trashed the lock.
Yeah.
Let's go again. So this time, when you pin the lock down, let me show you a cool detail. I think you're gonna think of this on your own. Watch, I'm gonna give you a hint. You're in the mount, you have this lock. What can you do, not using your arms, to immobilize me right now from pushing you that way? Yes! Now, if I'm gonna push you this way, which kick, thank you! I didn't even tell you, bro. Yeah. Your DNA is becoming jiu-jitsu now.
Okay.
So now, this is awesome. That kickstand was awesome. But the cool part, look how you just guessed both of those. Now that you understand mount control, you also understand the Americana. Look at how you were able to piece together mount control elements with the Americana to accomplish the objective of not being pushed off. Let me feel those hips roll into me, and let me feel that knee float. Look at this. So now keep this knee forward for base. You kickstand. I'm going to try to bench press you off now. Impossible! So now you bought yourself all the time in the world to do this and negotiate with the guy.
All right.
You feel me? Other side slowly. Pin it down. Elbow tuck. Nice. You use your thumb, so you lost it.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
You use the thumb. We have it on camera, bro. I've got the evidence. He grabbed the C-clamp and I slipped out. So we're going to go monkey grip. Here's the rule. C-clamps push, monkey grips pull.
Okay.
Slow. Monkey. So you're going to go down, tuck it in. Because you're pulling, you want to keep this tucked to my neck. Slow. Now which hook are you going to put in?
I'm going to put in this hook, right?
Almost.
No?
Try it. Go deeper with that hook. Go really deep, deeper.
Okay.
So what is the rule? Let's go back. It's a great question to ask yourself. If I'm gonna push you this way, which hook do you want to have?
This one.
Let's go, lock it in, let's find out. So right now you had this, you put this hook in. So yes! So the anchor should be always on the backside, Brian, where I'm pushing from.
Okay.
And the kickstand on the direction that I'm pushing towards.
Right.
Think of a bicycle.
Yeah, makes sense.
Kickstand on the front side. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So drive your hips, float the knee, please. Yes, look at this. Impossible. And now slowly negotiate as you slide the arm down. Hey, bro, you gonna chill out? Yes. Okay, he's gonna screen, you let him go, and then you help him up. Now here's one challenge. If you're in mount control, hug my neck, stay low, hand out for base. Beautiful hooks. So this is default, no submission, mount control, right? And I roll you this way, you open your kickstand. 1, switch your hooks. 2, switch. 3, nice. He's tired. And now you want to go for the Americana. So you sit up, start preparing, but freeze. In this moment, you already know.
Yeah.
You're vulnerable to get pushed off. Lay down, please. So the question is, how can we accomplish the Americana without compromising our body position in that moment of the transition? Check it out. So if I have the neck hug and I have my hooks in and I've neutralized your escape attempts, you're exhausted. I'm ready to go now. Watch this. From the neck hug, I'm gonna pin your wrist down, push it away from you. You don't like that, so you're gonna bring it in. As he brings it in, I'm gonna hand it off. And then I'm gonna hand it off to my own wrist. Grab underneath, lock into this. Now all I have to do is the detachment principle. Loop around and it's over.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that dope?
Yeah.
So same move, Brian, from the neck hug. It's called the neck hug variation, because I'm here, of the Americana arm lock that you already learned. Okay. So wrist pin, I push it away. You don't like that, so you bend your arm. As you do, I hand off my own wrist to burn your spirit here. Try to straighten your arm out. I got you locked in, right? Once you tire that, relax for a sec. Now his spirit is broken, I hand it off. Now I'm gonna use a C-clamp just until my second hand shows up, then I'm gonna change this to a monkey grip, watch. So I go palm up on the entry, I slip in, I grab my own wrist, now I remove these thumbs. So everything here looks normal, right? Except I'm hugging your neck. So at the last second, all I gotta do is loop this around and I'm in position for the hips and the break and the squeeze. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Use your right hand, try to bench press me this way. Look at that hip pressure. Nope, hooks are here all day. Yeah. And I'm over here breaking your arm, talking to you. Hey, you gonna chill? Are you gonna chill?
Yeah.
Are we good, sir?
I feel it.
Okay, put the money back in the bank, get the kid back to his parents and chill out, okay?
Right.
Good, you're not going anywhere. Chill. And then we negotiate all the way out of there. Your turn.
Okay.
It's called the neck hug variation of the Americana.
Sure.
So from full mount.
Good stuff.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
Yeah.
Full mount, let's go. So this hand's hugging my neck. Yep, slowly, you're in position. Hooks are already in. I've already burnt. Let's say I roll this way. Where's that kickstand? 1, switch hooks. 2, switch. 3, this is a default control. Now slowly, you're gonna take my wrist and pin it down. And then as you push away, I resist you. Bring it in. Grab your own wrist, Brian. Yes, neutralize my extension here. Beautiful. Now slowly, hand off my wrist to your wrist. To your hand. Yeah, let it grab. Love it. Palm up on this entry, please. Grab your own wrist. And now no thumbs on either grip, please. Monkey grips on both.
Oh,
you got it. Excellent. Now here's what's interesting. From the neck hug, Brian, try to twist the Americana. Go ahead and slide it down. Try to twist it. It's stuck. That's why this loop around is necessary. Yes! And now you have all the range of motion.
Okay.
Cool,
Yeah,
huh?
it's almost you kind of let it slip on purpose.
Yes, at the last second.
Without him thinking.
He doesn't even know what's going on. He's like, why is he doing that? And you slip off. The point is, you get the benefit of the neck hug for all that time prior to the loop around.
Yeah.
And then at the last second, when he's exhausted, you just go, whoop,
Yeah.
and then you squeeze right away that there's not a lot of window of escape opportunity.
Yeah.
So you're really minimizing this chance because you're staying so low.
Right.
Other side, hug my neck, please.
Oh, okay.
No worries. So pin the wrist. Now I start to extend it away. He doesn't like that, so he starts to resist. And grab your wrist first, Brian, to neutralize my spirit. And then when I break, you hand it off slow. Come on inside, please. Beautiful. Now slowly slip under, palm up. Nice. Now look at this, how interesting. This is actually the detachment principle, which this idea, sometimes you have to know when to let go. So you loop off right here, boom. Now you got those anchors, your base points, and negotiation. I give up. Lay down, please, full mount. I'm gonna mount on you.
Yeah.
We're gonna cycle through all those again. I'm gonna mount.
Yeah.
So the attacker gets on top, he's like, yo man, what's up? So slow, wrist control, nice. Elbow down, tricep control, foot trap, nice. Now here's what's interesting, go to roll me. Why didn't I fall? Try again. Anybody know?
It's my leg?
Yeah, you trap both of my legs instead of just one.
Okay.
Because remember, now that you know mount control, you know how important this back hook is.
Yeah,
and if you accidentally trap 2 legs, you gave me a hook that prevents my rollability.
Right.
So unhook that one deliberately, now there's nothing to anchor onto.
Yeah,
Isn't that wild? So now you achieve full mount, first order of business is what? You better get low, bro. I was about to bench press you so quick. I was just gonna let you fly right there. You were gone. But then you remembered, right? Get low and connect.
Yep.
Because you want to hurt this guy, but reality is you don't. What you want to do is demoralize him first. So by getting low, by letting your hips ride and letting the knees float, if I roll this way, float that front knee. Yes, we're switching sides. Boom, look how you break his spirit here. Boom, switch those hooks faster. Boom, love the hip roll. Boom, foot to the sky, please, Brian. Feel this leg right now? Yeah, see how it's not driving up? So when your hooks start to get tired, they're just doing this.
Okay.
We really want to have them amplify because that's what gives your hip pressure. Nice. Slowly, we're switching directions. Boom, again. Boom, that's much better. Look at your foot, you feel it? You're doing it, your hip it's shooting to the sky. Now grab this wrist and pin it down. Excellent. Push it away, he resists, you pull it in. Nice. And now go back. This is an interesting principle. This is called the creation principle. What do you want my hand to do? You want my hand to come in. To make me come in, you're doing what? Pushing it out. Push it away. So when I do this, then you bring it in. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
And think about the life implications of that. Like, you know what your desired outcome is, and you target your actions accordingly to create that new future reality. So in this case, you're predicting the future by creating the future. Now you're holding your own wrist wide to break my spirit. That's called the depletion principle, where you're just holding right now for no other reason than to stop my energy from escaping. Once I've settled, now you hand off my wrists. Beautiful. Slowly you ratchet under, grab your own wrist. And then the detachment principle as you loop off the head and now slide and lift.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, super smart. It's a chess match too, because
It's a chess match.
You're thinking one step ahead. You want him to resist, so you can bring it in.
Yes.
You want him to, wrench his neck so you can slip out of it.
And there's two levels to the whole discussion. One level is chess match against someone who doesn't also do no jiu-jitsu.
Right.
The second chess match is against someone else who knows jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Which is less than 1/10 of 1% of the population of the world.
Yeah.
So it's unlikely you'll need that level of it against a street fight opponent. Most of those people are drunk, belligerent attitudes out in the street who are acting tough when they're hollow on the inside, and you engage them, but they don't know jiu-jitsu. But it's that's our first order of business, is making sure that you're set for that chess match against the person who knows no jiu-jitsu. And once you learn that, it just goes, it's infinity. It never ends, the chess match.
I was gonna say, just knowing those couple of moves is kind of everything.
It's kind of everything. Because think about you, Brian, today against Brian from yesterday.
Yeah. Well, and I was just thinking, if you get to the point where you have this muscle memory, where you get the moves, it's not a lot of moves.
It's not a lot.
It's a couple, like...
It's 36. Let me just tell you, the beginner program for self-defense, it's called Gracie Combatives. It's 36 techniques learned over several months, and you just repeat those over and over, and you have an advantage at that point over all of the human population who doesn't do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So it's not that much.
No, it's not that hard.
It's crazy. It's simple. Now, you've heard obviously of the rear naked choke, the one that you've seen on TV.
Sure.
So you get behind me, on your knees right here behind me, and you wrap my neck, right? Like you just wrap it up, and you grab your own arm, and you lock your hands. Go ahead and squeeze, and go ahead and squeeze. I'll tap out when you submit me. Go. Come on, dude. No, for real. Squeeze. Come on, Ryan. Yeah, like that. Come on, dude. 10. Come on, Ryan. 9. Squeeze, dude. Come on, man. You're not squeezing, dude. Come on, man. Yeah. You got nothing. Isn't it interesting? You have my neck. I'm giving it to you for free.
Yeah.
And with a perfect placement of anything you want, you would not be able to get the desired outcome of rendering me unconscious or gaining me to surrender. You would not be able to accomplish that because you haven't learned that. But what's interesting, if you have a seat, please. We'll switch roles here. You tap out once you feel it. I'll go very slow. So check that. I'm just gonna come around your neck, lock this in, put my head down, and now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's legit.
6 seconds, you're unconscious is what that is, because I'm actually affecting the blood flow to and from the brain. You don't have a choice but to surrender or pass out. So the difference is this. This is what yours felt like.
Okay, that's tolerable. Yeah.
It feels like you're just ripping on my neck in a different direction, but there's all kinds of blood flow happening. Do you understand, Brian? All that matters is vascular restriction.
Yeah.
Blood flow to and from the brain. So when I come around, look how tight.
No, my grip was an 8th grade headlock.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Yeah, good analogy. So I'm coming around, the blood, look at this, the key, bro, is on my elbow under your chin. People mistakenly think it's this. It's not, because that leaves the arteries unplugged. I want to come around for what we call bilateral carotid artery compression. I'm on both sides of the neck. Now I grab the bicep and I tuck my other hand behind my head, behind your head rather, and I put my head down, and now like like you're one of my favorite friends, and I just miss you so dearly. I miss you so much. That's the loving feeling of the hug, right? It's so connected.
Yeah.
You get behind me now. Come on.
And by the way, you start to see the stars, and it gets a little dark, and then it comes back.
And then it's it. Boom. As long as they let go, we're good forever. So stay up on your knees like that. Bring me your left arm, please. You're gonna wrap this around my neck and relax your arm as you mold it around my neck, and grab your own bicep on this side. Your own bicep. Okay. Now this hand, put it behind my head, and just let it tuck as low as you can. Now put your head down right here. Now Bryan, get closer with your body. And for real, when I said true love, I meant it. Like, just hug me to you, bring me to you. Oh my gosh, dude, that was so good. And look how much less strength that took.
Yeah.
Than the first attempt. So what are you learning in all these techniques, Bryan? When there is technique and leverage, strength isn't necessary.
Right.
And that's the apex principle of efficiency of jiu-jitsu overall. If you're gonna overcome someone much heavier, much stronger, much faster, you have to have the technical superiority so you can make up for, with technique and leverage, what you lack in the strength advantage.
Okay, so while you're here, let me ask you a question. So,
Sure.
You're taller than me, quite a bit taller than me. Let's say I get to a point where I get the rear naked chokehold, and I've got it in deep. And then you're bigger or taller, you stand up or simply
Flip you over.
flip me over the front.
Great question.
Am I hanging on?
It's a great question. So this is only one connection point.
Yeah.
We need both. What we call is hooks.
Oh, okay.
So
it's the legs.
yes, legs are going to come in and wrap around their body.
Yeah.
So you can do it to me very easily. So all you're going to do right now is you're going to wrap the neck, but you're not going to squeeze. Tuck it in. Tuck your hand in tight. Put your head down. Put your head down, bro. And as I go to my knees now, and come with me, okay, Bryan? Okay. But don't squeeze here. But come on up. Lay on my body. Now put your legs inside my thighs. Okay. Perfect. Take your feet off the ground. Put them deeper. Yep. And now look. You don't fall this way. You don't fall this way. If I roll, stay with it. Look at that. You got me. You got me. You got me. And now squeeze slow. Bring me in. Bring me in for the love. Bring the love, Bryan. Put your head down and squeeze. Yeah.
So
Hooks. They're called hooks.
all right. So I should. That's a
Every
advantage
time.
position. Don't let go.
Oh yeah, once you get to someone's back, you get the choke, number one. Number two, those legs must come in, and with the legs in place and the hook in place, you're not letting go no matter what. You're just gonna ride.
Yeah.
You're just gonna stay.
Did I get you somewhere?
You're just gonna hold. I don't know. We're good right now.
But so even if you stand up, I should hold on.
Yeah, well here's the point. If you get hooks and you drive your hips in their back, they can't stand up. So if you mount on my back a little bit,
I got you.
I'll show you one time just so you can get a sense of what that feels like. So I can only stand up if your hook pressure is weak. So lock it in, hand behind the head. Yep, get low, put your head down, put your hooks in, and now slowly drive your hips into my back, like stretch me out a little bit. Yes, like take your feet off the ground though. Yes, now I can't stand up.
I see.
Yeah. So, because in order to stand, look what my legs have to do. I have to do this, see? See how I'm closing my body? And then I close, and then I open. But if you have that hip pressure that you just gave me right now, I can't close to get my knees to my elbows to actually make a standing posture.
Okay.
Lay down, please. So I'm gonna mount on you. We'll put this all together now, full sequence. So trap and roll, wrist, one, elbow tight, foot and trap. Nice, now slowly bridge up. Beautiful. Step over my legs, hug my neck and get low. Yes, hooks are in. Nice, hands off the wrist and just chill right here for control. First, let me have your toes together. I'm gonna try to bench press you right now. Don't let me do, yes. If I roll you this way, open your front knee. If I switch, you switch. Boom, switch. Boom. Now he's tired from here, so you're gonna pin his wrist down, push it away from you. Excellent. And if I bring it in, you bring it in. Nice. Hand it off. Go under, grab your own wrist. Nice. Slowly now loop it around. Yes. No thumbs. You got it. Put your hooks in. Nice. And your kickstand out the front, right? There you go. And now from here, you slide and lift and you negotiate. Are you gonna chill out? I'm like, yes, bro, we're good. Yeah. I'm sorry, Bryan. I'll never do it again. And he surrenders and you let go. But after he does that, he lied to you. So when you sit up, look, he rolls over. Let me roll underneath you. Go to your knees on the ground. And now sink that choke in, bro. All the way in. Yes. Grab your own wrist, your own bicep on the inside. Now, if I get up, put your hooks inside. Yes. And now keep the squeeze. 5. Hold it. Squeeze. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Congratulations.
It's legit.
Welcome to your first class of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a great feeling. Like, you know, you basically just want to be able to defend yourself.
That's it. That's exactly right.
Help someone who needs
Because
it.
here's the reality, Bryan. How many fights are you picking? None.
Yeah.
Right? You're living your life. Peaceful, loving person.
My last fight when I was 18.
There you go. And mine when I was 14.
Yeah.
So the reality is this, that we're not out there looking for fights. However, sometimes the fight picks you.
That's right.
And if that happens, it's better to know it and not need it than to need it and not know it.
Yeah.
So I'm especially proud of the fact that if I were to see a fight happening or someone getting badly assaulted, I have the choice to intervene because I have the skills to do it safely.
Yeah, you can step in.
Versus pull out my phone and just watch like everybody else and do nothing.
Right.
I love that I have the ability to put out any fire with the water of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I like that I've invested in that. It feels good to know that to protect my family, but also any bystander or any civilian who doesn't have the skills that I have.
Yeah.
So I don't care who starts a fire, I have the ability to intervene and put out the fire even if I had nothing to do with it at its beginning. And that feels really good. And some people will say, oh, I don't need to fight. I don't need to learn jiu-jitsu because I'm a lover, not a fighter. And my response is, we're the biggest lovers because we can not only de-escalate a fight that we're in, physically de-escalate a fight, we could also do that for a fight that had nothing to do with us.
Right.
But, you know, this is where it gets into the interview part of all this, which I think we should get some chairs in here and have a real talk about this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thanks, brother.
That's awesome, man. That's good. Love it.